Yes, this was the first year that we held a student cluster challenge as part of CIUK. And again, actually having it remote meant that we ran quite a different competition. So it took place over a number of weeks with a huge range of different challenges for the teams. It was really excellent to see how the teams adapted to working on so many different platforms. So some of the challenges were on STFC Cloud, others were taking place on the IBM quantum machines. So it gave the students exposure to a huge diversity of platforms, huge diversity of challenges.
Involvement in a project like this, a competition like this, means that you have to think on your feet, that by the end of it you'll be much less phased by going into a new system. You'll know a lot more about sysadmin, and you'll have experience of many different platforms, some of which you'd be very unlikely to get access to just within your university.
I can appreciate the benefits of providing this kind of cluster competition on a remote basis, as I think it gives students a bit of a look into how high performance computing is changing, how the cloud is becoming more of a innovative and useful part of high performance computing infrastructure these days.
You know, as a bit of a backdrop, March was an important time last year. NVIDIA had launched a great new technology, which was the A100. It's a supercomputer in a box. And what was great is that the timing of this challenge came through where we'd had access to the box, and it was great to actually donate the compute cycles out to the challenge.
And ultimately it shows them that there are career opportunities in the HPC market, and us at Lenovo very much want to help to encourage their career choices in that field.
So I think one of the highlights for me was the quantum challenge that we did, and just how much involvement we got from the teams. Not only were they concentrating on the challenge itself and getting the best results they could and the best score they could, but we got some really insightful questions coming through. We got people really interested in understanding what they could do with quantum computing and looking to continue their journey with the IBM quantum experience available through the IBM cloud.
The quantum challenge that we did, I had almost no experience of quantum before that. That was amazing to me, and has inspired me to hopefully do a quantum final project for my MSc after this.
So the team found the cluster competition very valuable for developing skills. The organisers ramped up the difficulty from the first challenge, which was a simple benchmark, all the way to the last one, which was given an OpenStack cloud computing environment, assemble a cluster essentially from scratch in under 2 hours. And one of the teams said that 8 weeks ago, he'd never even logged into a cluster and didn't know what high performance computing was. And at the end of the competition series of challenges, was able to build a cluster and run a parallel job from scratch in under 2 hours. So the team has learned a huge amount in the last 2 months.
4 teams utilizing the AMD EPYC Run processors. They were doing it on Microsoft Azure. They had a full-on HPC cluster environment, which was really great for them. And we were able to do this all virtually with no issues in the end. They reported amazing results, all slightly different, which was really interesting from our perspective. And it was an absolute joy to be part of this. And we're looking forward, hopefully, to seeing them in person next year. But if we need to do it virtual, we'll do it virtual. It's no big deal.
Long term and seeing the benefits of the challenge, I think the adaptation of the latest technology, education in terms of its latest techniques, and application all need to come together. And what we're committed to is providing a research cloud for students where we give access to the latest and greatest technology for specific challenges like this, and we just hope to see many more of them.
I'm really happy that we won this challenge. Well, actually, that our team won the challenge, that our students won the challenge. We've invested so much into establishing a computational environment, and I think that has paid off all that work. I'm proud that the students managed to squeeze this challenge into their day-to-day job, which is studying. And I'm also happy that they obviously managed to translate a lot of that stuff that they learn in the lectures, the more theory, that they managed to translate that into an actual working thing. Congratulations also to all of our peers. It would have been really nice to meet the other teams face to face. In some of the sub challenges, they really nuked us. Would like to learn what they did better there.
Obviously, huge congratulations to the Durham team, this year's winners, who will go on to represent CIUK at International Supercomputing in Frankfurt. But the runners-up all did. I think it's true to say almost every team won at least 1 week.